I have an entire gallon of water, so I'm ready to make my video. I won't have to get up, no distractions, everything I need, my water and my phone. So you read the title of the video, and yes, I'm gonna talk about challenges in training and the hardest time in my life. Now, I haven't opened up too much about this topic, but I've had a couple moments in my life that sucked, right? That were hard times in my life. Let me quickly go over them. First one, I was 16 and I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do with my life. And basically, I wanted to end it all. I thought about maybe I should just give up. I know that's like, what the fuck? How could you be so weak? Blah, 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 right? Whatever you're thinking. I thought, what if I just like gave up? Obviously, nothing happened because I'm here. To 19, I had my first heartbreak from my first real girlfriend. Now, what do you mean by real girlfriend? She was technically my second girlfriend, but the first relationship I had with my first girlfriend was so bad and such a disrespectful relationship, and we were so young, and it was pretty bad. I think it was just not even what a relationship is supposed to be. The second one felt like an actual relationship, like an actual like partnership, and so that was a hard moment in my life. I'm not gonna lie, that was difficult for me. The third hard moment in my life was when I went bald. Obviously, as you can see, I do not have hair on the top of my head. At one point I had hair, and going through that transition was very difficult in my life. That was so difficult in my life that for 4 months it kind of destroyed me, right? Just mentally it was exhausting thinking about it over and over and over and over again until I finally decided to do something, right? I did something. That's what you have to realize. It doesn't matter what you do something, right? I did something. And then at 22, a week away from turning 23, I was fucked. I don't know what it was about the number 23. I was 22 and I was gonna turn 23, and I just fucking didn't know what the fuck I was doing with my life again, right? Even though I had worked jobs and stuff, I just didn't understand how I was ever gonna be able to afford basic shit and live a life that felt fulfilling and happy. And so at 22, almost 23, realizing I'm gonna be 23, I said I have to figure something out in a week. I gave myself a week, and I was like, I don't give a fuck. I have a week. And I was like, one day thinking, couldn't come up with shit. The next day I was like, okay, I already lost a day. Second day I had an idea and thought about it all day. Basically went to the military that morning and I signed a contract with the military. So it was a dark point in my life because I felt like I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I needed to do something. I needed to do it for myself, right? And there were other reasons or other factors that brought me to that decision, right? So 16, 19, 22, and then at 25, I'm 25, and I actually lied to a couple people about my age, all right? I've rounded up because I was gonna be 25, so I've rounded up. You know, some guys lie about their height, some guys lie about their age, some guys do both. I do both. I lie about my height, but I actually subtract an inch from my actual height, and then I lie about my age to a couple people. I don't like being a liar, so I'm 25. So at 25, recently, in my opinion, I had one of the worst times in my life, okay? January, February, worst part of my life. It's now March. Also, but let me just say why it's the worst part of my life. Okay, I was living in Japan for an entire year, all right? One whole year living in another country. And before you say like something about, oh, you just hate your country, like what you miss the other country you were living in, just move back, whatever you want to say. Japan is a first world country. America, where I'm from, is a first world country. I'm not talking about, and there's nothing wrong with third world countries, but if you want to make a comparison about which countries are better, blah, 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 I liked a lot of things in Japan, all right? And the thing is, life was better for me. but it wasn't because I was richer. It wasn't because I was more successful. It was none of those things, because I wasn't more successful. I wasn't richer in Japan. It's still a first world country. Things just made more sense in Japan, and I can't really express that to people unless you actually visit the country of Japan. A lot safer, no potholes. It was just like peaceful. It's just a happy smile on my face from Japanese people. It was very, very amazing, and I can't really explain that feeling. And doing anything for a year, all right, if you think it's just a fucking year, your life can't be impacted that much in an entire year, then maybe you clearly haven't put in the work, all right? An entire year is such a long time. It can have a massive impact on your life, and living in Japan had a massive impact on my life. A year of working out consistently, busting your balls, trying to work out, right? Like, you can make such a big change. A year of trying to make more money, a year of anything, a year of eating, trying to lose weight, cooking, you know, fucking starting a new exercise, starting a new routine, starting a new job. It's a long, long time. So when I went, and also I had basically just come back from the military, and then I went back on orders to Japan for a year. So it wasn't just living in another country, it was also coming off the military life. So for 2 years I was kind of living in this military life, and now I was back home. And that was the worst period of my life. The last 2 months was by far the worst time of my life. Because, and I know what I titled it, like, what did I title the video? Something like Challenges and Training, right? Yeah, Challenges and Training, worst time in my life. So that was like the tip of the iceberg, like the icing on the cake, right? The cherry on top that really fucking drove me mentally, like, almost insane, was the fact that being back in my hometown, New York is extremely crowded, and I didn't have. Not only is the country highly disrespectful, not all Americans, just, you know, a lot of shit's fucked up in America, a lot of violence. I had when I came home 1 week after being home, there was a kid that he was like 15 that just ended up dead a block away from where I live. He was just dead on. They found him at 7 a.m. in the morning, and it was on the news, and it's just pretty fucked up that shit's just happening. Not to mention, here in where I live, I'm forced to drive. And I'm not saying you don't have to drive in other places, but I realized a lot of flaws and a lot of waste of money. The money was just like the tolls, driving, all these things I didn't have to do. It just started to slowly add up. And the icing on the cake was not being able to train the way I wanted to train. You know, I don't need the perfect setup. I just need the minimum right now. And I didn't even have the minimum. You know, even if I were to find a place where I could just kind of, that's in the corner, and I could do my own thing, it was just too packed. New York is too packed. Whether I went at 3 in the morning, whether I went at 11 a.m., New York was very packed. And I also was trying to do a career change, trying to see if I could make money online. How could I make money online? It's something I was always interested in. So all this combination just mentally really just drove me like balls to the wall. Like, I couldn't, it sucked. I was staying at home a lot, trying to figure out different ideas until I stuck to one idea, and I went through with it. Actually, I did something. I actually made something, which I'm proud about, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. So worst period of my life, like, I do calisthenics. Doing muscle ups, it's already a hard setup because a lot of people don't have access to a place where you might have a park, or where, one second. So rock climbing, something I like, for those of you who know, and calisthenics is another thing I like. Running I don't like, but I want to run because it's good for me. So speaking specifically about calisthenics, climbing in New York is amazing, right? If you live in New York, you want to be a rock climber, it's great. If you want to do specific types of training like calisthenics, it can be difficult, right? You have to do a muscle up, and you need clearance for that. And most people do it on a squat rack, which is fine. There's squat racks in New York. However, are there squat racks available? Like, let's say you want to train a muscle up, just one exercise of calisthenics consistently. So you'll do it 3 times a week. So that means you need to be able to go to the gym 3 times a week and have a free squat rack to train your muscle ups. If you're more advanced than that and you do like one-arm pull-ups, the best people of one-arm pull-ups, they're not training it on squat racks. They're training it on more like free hanging bars that there's nothing on the sides for your body to hit if you're trying to really just push as hard as you can. So the more advanced you get, technically the harder it can become to train, and then you need those squat racks to be free. So I was running into a lot of issues with training, and really that's all I train. I don't go there to do bicep curls. I don't go to a gym to do bench press or anything else. I just go there to do pull-ups, and then after my pull-ups I'll go run. After running I'll go climbing, and then that's like my session, 5 hours or something. I don't know, like if it's an easy day, right? Because it was getting really hard to do that, and that was something I liked. Another reason that I never made like a fitness channel is because I knew fitness could get taken away with me. I could get hurt. If I get hurt, no more fitness content, and it would be very difficult for me to want to make a living off of my fitness. And also because I'm in a very specific niche. I'm not into calisthenics. I won't teach you how to do a handstand push-up, even though I can do one, a bad form handstand push-up. I won't teach you how to handstand. I put a lot of my energy into pull-ups. All right, it's just what I personally like. So many people, I didn't really believe, I guess, in myself that much. And I said, if I got hurt, how would I deal with my money being from my physical body? I didn't like the idea of that. So I chose the ability to talk on camera could be better for myself, because I could get hurt, I could break a finger, I could lose an arm. But my mindset, my ability to communicate on camera, that will never go away. I'll always have my voice. Well, technically that could get taken away too. And so that whole combination, right, of not being able to train, trying to not work, trying to figure out businesses online, like what can you do? How can you make money online? How can you try to live your dreams? And having to deal with like New York, and also commuting. I don't commute far, but the traffic here is so bad, and you're like, well, don't drive, just take the subway. I don't like the subway, all right? I mean, I know people are gonna say you can get used to it. Of course you can. Just because you get used to something doesn't mean that you have to accept the thing that you're used to, right? You can change your reality. So that's what this video is about. And now with all that said, with all that crazy bullshit and the way I feel, and I've been like a loser for the past 2 months, the month of March, all right, it's the 9th, it's a Sunday, and it's 6:43. So at 5:10, I took a screenshot. I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna wait until tomorrow. I'm just gonna do it now, right? So started fixing up some things, started writing a little bit, started being productive an hour ago. Now I'm gonna make this video. I also want to say something. 2 weeks ago, I believe, I made a digital product. I made an ebook all about, it's literally titled Everything There Is to Know About Being Bald. And I can't express how proud I feel of making that, how happy I am that I made that. All right, and you're like, oh, are you trying to sell us something? Yes and no, right? Straightforward, yes, but I don't want anyone to buy this book because you don't need it. You don't need the book. There's no reason you need the book. The only people I want to buy this book are people that want to buy the book, okay? Can this book answer questions that you may have right now? Yes, but I'm gonna talk about it at some point in the video. If you like to read, you want answers now, like more than, it's 27, 28 pages. I don't actually know how. I'm not gonna check, like fuck it. It's like up there. It's like 27, 28, 29 pages of the ebook is that many pages, right? All it is Google Docs, by the way. If you're wondering how do you even make an ebook, you go on YouTube and you type how do I make an ebook. It's Google Docs formatted in a certain way with images of my real life to amplify my storytelling, and I talk about everything I could think of about losing your hair and that everything there is to know about being bald. I summarized it in this ebook and I put it at $20, so it's $19.99 on the internet right now. It's actually only 2 days of work that it took me. If you're wondering how long it took me to make that, it's 2 full days of work. But then selling it, figuring out how to make a website. But I used a website to make a website that I could sell it on. And then I had to figure out how to set up payment. None of that is complicated, but I made it complicated because I'm an overthinker. So it took me about like almost a week to figure out. And I made it. In the worst period of my life, I actually made one of the things I'm most proud of, because I've never made a single digital product. I've never even tried. Not even once. I've never even tried. I think the closest I got was writing the title to something, probably rock climbing related, because I used to rock climb, and I still do, but not consistently because I'm thinking about moving. So I made this digital product in the worst period of my life, and now I'm finally making a video because I'm like fed up, right? You need to get to a point where you actually want change in your life. So coming back from the military, coming back from Japan, coming back from another culture was a shock to me, because there was shit that made sense over there that over here I'm like, this is all fucked up, right? Big thing was respect. That was a big thing. On the road, like literally everywhere. I had a kid walking with it was probably like, I don't know, 13. It's hard to tell, you know, maybe he didn't hit puberty, maybe he was older, but he looked like he was 12 or 13, honestly. So this 12 or 13 year old with other 12 or 13 year olds, not very tall, a little bit on the bigger side, but nothing crazy, just a little bit, you know, maybe he might grow or something. But he was walking with his friends, just talking and laughing, and he bumped into me, and he actually bumped into my bike, and the bike hit me, but then it fell. My bike was, I was standing next to my bike on my phone, checking like the direction I was trying to get to, because I biked everywhere. Didn't have a car, because I have a car in New York. Didn't want to have a car in Japan. If I could get fit and bike and it's safe, and I could walk 40 minutes to a mall, and yes, there are malls that took me 2 hours to walk to, I would still walk to them, even if there wasn't a good way to walk to those malls. But I also biked a lot of places because I could. Good weather. He walked into my bike because he was talking to his friends, and he didn't notice. The bike falls down. The bike kind of falls on me and then falls down. I'm standing next to my bike on the other side, so it's like me, bicycle, him. Hits the bike, hits me, bike falls down. It's standing up on the stand and then it falls. The reaction that the kid had was not ridiculous, but just not amazing, just like so much respect. I don't know how else to explain it. He was genuinely sorry. He's like, oh, I'm gomenasai, and something more, right? Like, I'm very sorry, like, and then he said in English, I'm so sorry, and then as I was telling him, hey, it's okay, right? And I'm glad, because I used to have anger issues. I'm glad I didn't get mad. I didn't get mad at all, especially because he started saying sorry right away. I understood it was just an accident, and he's just a kid. I would have problems if I got upset, but I didn't get upset. I just put my hands out. I'm like, hey, it's fine, no problem. And he kind of started like I think he got on his knees. I literally think he got on his knees because he felt so bad that he knocked over my bike. My bike is like $900, by the way. It's not a cheap bike. I don't think you can tell, because I made sure it was just like, it looked like a regular bicycle. It was an expensive bicycle. So I did pay a lot of money for this bicycle. It was towards the end of my trip. The bike was pretty used, and I genuinely did not care. You don't really find that here. If anything, some of the teenagers will actually like make fun of you, which is, I hope they change. It's just, you have to think people are they don't have all the knowledge that you have. Not that you're better than people, but just they don't have all the knowledge that you have. My experiences make me the person I am in front of you, the person you're seeing making this video. All right, so with that being said, was this video an ad for my digital product? No. Am I proud? Am I fucking proud of that digital product? Yes. I made it a while ago, right? Like I said, it's like 2 weeks, a week and a half ago. It's been made for a while, and I haven't talked about it. Just because I've been in a bad place, I haven't had the motivation to come on camera and do shit, right? So I'm very happy with the product. It's not like when you put effort into something and you're proud and you think it's a good thing, it's a good read. I read it myself and it's expressing all my thoughts. So you want to buy that, it's just linked below in the description. You can go ahead, click that and buy it. It's pretty simple. It's not a complicated process. As far as the problems I currently have, I think the solution is just make the best with what you have, and if it's not good enough, find a way to make your life good enough. That's and what I'm gonna do. And the way I'm gonna do that is I'm thinking about moving, so I have things that I like, right? And that's how you know you're serious, right? It makes sense. Like people are like, why the fuck would you move? Well, first of all, I need to move, and second of all, I realized that I don't have much for me here that I enjoy, okay? Just a lot of combination. Almost anywhere I move from New York is going to be cheaper. That's another thing. So it makes a lot more sense for me to move, to do it. So this is a long rant. Maybe some of it made sense, some of the things I was saying. I no longer feel sorry for myself. I just want to make a change. You have to be fed up with your reality to make a change. You're wondering, how do I make a change? How can I actually, change this stuff about myself? It has to hit you. Everyone is different. You have to think about it. People will always change. It's just like what it takes them to change is different to everyone, right? It's how much you want change in your life. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. You already know. Leave a like if you liked the video. Dislike the video if you didn't like the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Another thing I want to say is I've always wanted to make a video every single day because I'm not really consistent, right? It's not that I can't upload, it's just I'm not consistent. I always have this idea that fucking quality over quantity, but also if I don't even have consistency, I may as well try to upload a video every day. So it's a big goal for me, which I don't mind sharing because it's such a small goal, but small wins still matter. Just upload a video every day for at least 30 days, which is the average of a month. So I'll upload this video and you should see me the next day uploading another video. Peace.